What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back on the F100 today. Right there. We are currently not going to be doing anything underneath it right now because there was a little river coming under there. I got the fan sitting here blowing underneath it, trying to dry it all up. You can see it's wet and it's muddy, and I'm not laying in the mud to weld and do all that kind of good stuff under the truck that I need to do. But I am going to start on the Crossmember. I took it out already, cut the sides out where we were going to have to run the exhaust by. Crossmember stuck up too high. So I've already cut it all out a while back. I need to grind it, clean it up. I'm going to go back and weld some pieces across here, and I don't know, I might come up with something a little bit different, a little bit custom. So I got to figure out what exactly the metal I'm going to use. I had a piece of plate here somewhere I could cut some pieces out of, but my wonderful pops might have come and borrowed it for something. My stuff has a tendency to go live at his house, so it's all good. So we're gonna jump on this today. I had some other stuff filmed already, but the SD card I had at the time was corrupted, and I lost some footage of working on my Fat Boy and this thing. So yeah, should have filmed doing all the work on this thing, but I didn't. So this is my buddy's bike. It's a 91 Electric Glide. Motorcycle sat outside for a while. I've done a lot of work to it. I should have filmed all that, but I didn't. I put the bars and all on it and everything, and run the wires inside the bars and everything. It looks good, but I got out here and got to working. As y'all know, you can go check the shorts and you can see the same thing, but the frame and the swing arm bolts and everything is shot. Frame is even worse on this side. So due to the condition of this motorcycle and the amount of work that it would take to put into it right now, it's not plausible to tear it down and fix this frame and everything. I'm not doubting anybody's abilities, and I'm not saying it can't be done, but this bike's not worth it. I told him what I would do. I would take the motor, transmission, and all the drive components and the handlebars and all, save those, and build another motorcycle using those. Build a chopper, you know, build something just to go play on and everything. Something to have fun with. He's currently looking for a street glide. So when he gets it, you know, he can let this one hang out till he gets all his parts and stuff together, and then we'll build one. We'll see what that's all about. I really enjoy building them, but this one's not worth it. It needs way too much work whenever you take it apart, and there's no telling what else you'll find, and that's the problem. I have just constantly found stuff wrong with this one. It has had a million loose wires just going to nothing. And then the frame, then the swing arm bolts and bushings and stuff. The oil lines and everything need to be replaced. The motor needs to be tore down and busted apart. So yeah, anyway, there's an update on that. Little backstory on it. So I'm gonna drag my welder and everything out here. We're gonna get started building a Crossmember. Y'all hang out.
No! No!
Edges and all off of there. I do not have that piece of plate that I was talking about. But what I do have, some of this little solid square stock. I think what I might do, I might just cut me some little pieces, about 6 of them, and weld them across here, and then just kind of leave it open, kind of like a rib cage or something. I mean, this is solid steel. All we're trying to do is keep it from, you know, flexing anyways. Trying to keep this from flexing. I think with the strength that's already here and these, I think we'll have no problems. Ain't like this thing's a pro drag car or nothing anyways. I mean, it's just basically a stock 302 with headers and nothing on the front, so it doesn't have any drag. So I think that might be the direction we go in. I don't have any plate. I think that would look cool though. I think it would look like a rib cage or something. So we get this thing cleaned up a little more so we can weld to it a lot nicer and get some of this rod cut, and we'll kind of tack a few in place and see what she looks like. I think it's gonna look pretty neat myself. Oh, don't know till we try. It's the best part about building custom cars. Do what you want to do as long as it's safe. You know, who cares? That's my biggest thing. Safety. Gotta be safe. Safe and reliable. And this thing's not gonna have a whole bunch of horsepower, so ain't like it's gonna twist it or anything. When we build the motor later on down the road, we might end up having to come back and beef this thing up a little bit, but you know, that's in the future. It's not no time soon. I just want to get this thing running and driving so we can enjoy it a little bit this summer. You know, I've said all along anyways with this thing that I've always just wanted something that'll be loud and do burnouts, and I think that's what she's gonna be. She's gonna be loud and do burnouts. So we'll see. So let me get this thing cleaned up a little bit better and get some of these bars cut, and we'll see what she looks like. Get it a little bit better opinion on it whenever we get it chopped up and everything. All right, got some pieces cut out. I think I'm gonna do the rib cage style like I said. Yeah, they're different lengths because, you know, this is different. So got my little welder out here, got everything turned on. The only problem that I have is I have run out of welding gas. So we're going to do this on flux, which is fine. I mean, flux does fine as long as you pay attention and everything. So we'll see what the little old Lincoln can do and figure out why it's not working right now. Let's see. All right. All right, so we gotta figure out what's going on with the welder. This is the only thing, is that one receptacle that's on. Then it goes off of that breaker. Well, I got something coming to life out there. Might have some action now. I don't know why that breaker would have been tripped or not turned off. Something's running. That one comes on, we got power. Fans on the welder. All right, hold on. Let's get to welding and see what we can make of this thing. A little bit curious how this is going to turn out. It might look like crap, might cut it out and do it all over again. Oh, let's see. So I have absolutely no idea how much of that one side y'all got to see me weld because the battery died. Because I'm an idiot and I didn't check it. But we're gonna stay back here. You can kind of see what I did with the ribs. I'm not gonna get too close I'm a little ashamed of my welds, but I believe Ray Charles could have did better with his feet. If you want my opinion. I mean, they're strong, they're hold, they're burned in good, but I absolutely despise flux core wire. I'm not that great of a welder to begin with either, so that doesn't help. But you can see what it did. You know, it's kind of like a rib cage. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And I've always been told if you're not a good welder, you better be a good grinder. So I got a grinder over there and lots of wheels. So I'm gonna do the same thing over there that I did over here. We're gonna see how this joker turns out, and we'll get her cleaned up and get a coat of paint or two, paint the hopla hop. I think I just had a stroke. We'll get a coat of I can't talk. We'll get a coat or two of paint on it. There we go. And we'll see what she looks like then. This thing might be too nice to put in this old raggedy truck. I think it's gonna be pretty decent though. Might come up with something else to put on here. I ain't made my mind up, but yes, and I'll go ahead and tell you there'll be 4 on this side and 5 on this side. It's because the center of the cross members offset a little bit. It's just the way they did it with the truck. You know, it's just offset a little bit for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, we'll measure this other side out, cut my stock, and put it on here and get to welding, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see what it looks like whenever I get done with this other side in a minute. Got her welded up. Got her ground down a little bit. Got to do a little more grinding, but it's all good. You know, I'm gonna let her cool off a little bit. She's a little hot. I don't think it turned out too bad. Something different, something unique, a little different, a little unique. And I know there's a lot of people out there that can weld better than me and fabricate better than me, but guess what? I don't care. We all got to start somewhere. You know, whoever you are, whenever you started out, for sure you wasn't the greatest whenever you started welding and fabricating and stuff. But all in all, I think she turned out pretty decent. You know, we got to do something. We got to start somewhere. And if you got any helpful advice, let me know. I know I could have cleaned it a little better and probably done something with the whatever those do. Could have done something different with those. I'm sure of it. You know, but hey, I'm learning. It's been a long time since I've touched a welder. You know, I bought this one like 4 years ago. Welded a handful of little projects around the house, and it's just pretty much been sitting kind of stagnant ever since. And I ran across the deal on the little plasma cutter down there, and hey, let's do some fabricating. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Sounds like the rain's gonna try to get me again. But got the cross member done. Everything welded, got her painted up. I think it looks kind of cool. So we're gonna throw her back in the truck, try to get her bolted in and get out from under it before this comes, because if it rains too bad, all of that will filter water straight down through here. I got a French drain behind my house. You see I got the gutter pipes and all. It's just where everything up there sits on the hill and it rushes down here. It's just, I don't know. It's getting frustrating. South Carolina. This ain't the darn, you know, West Coast where it rains all the darn time like Seattle or whatever, but I guess we need to get it now before the summer gets here and we start getting miserable and it's begging for rain. All right, let's get this thing put in, see if we can get her bolted back in and get everything back sitting where we can move this thing around if we need to, because, well, cross members back in, bolted back in, just in time. See how wet that is? It ain't even been raining here a minute. Yeah, got it in. That's a big thing, so that's all for this one. That's all we can do today. So we'll catch up with y'all again whenever we decide to go put exhaust and all back on it. So till then, y'all stay safe out there.